and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Heartfelt Connections Club with me, Brielle. This is a show where we empower youth, unite communities, and give a voice to people who are really making a difference. Each episode, we're highlighting the amazing work these groups do and showing you easy ways to jump in and get involved. Whether you're tuning in live or catching us on iHeartRadio, you're a part of a movement that's all about positive change. So let's dive in and make a difference together, one heartfelt connection at a time. Good evening, everyone. This is Brielle, and you're tuned into Heartfelt Connections on iHeartRadio. It's 7:30 p.m. on Thursday, and I'm thrilled to be back for our second episode. I hope you are all having a wonderful start to your November. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you who tuned in to our first episode 2 weeks ago. The response has been absolutely incredible. Your enthusiasm and support for our mission to connect teens and adults with local nonprofits has been truly heartwarming. I've received so many messages from listeners eager to get involved and make a difference in our community. It's amazing to see how many of you guys share our passion for volunteering and community service. For those who might be joining us for the first time, let me give you a quick rundown of what Heartfelt Connections is all about. Our show is about dedicating to bridging the gap between passionate volunteers, both young and old, the incredible nonprofit organizations in our community. We believe that everyone, regardless of age, has the power to create positive change. Whether you are a teenager looking to make a difference and mark the world, or an adult with years of experience to share, there is a place for you in the world of volunteering. You know, when I first had the idea of the show, I wasn't sure if anyone would be interested. I mean, I'm just a 15-year-old with a dream of making a difference. But the response from all of you in our community has shown how many people care and truly want to help. It's been so inspiring to hear from teens who are excited to start volunteering and from adults who are rediscovering their passion for community service. Your enthusiasm fuels my commitment to the show and share our mission. I want to share a quick story that really touched me this week. After our last show, I received an email from a listener named Sarah. She's a high schooler who is a senior who was inspired by our discussion on local food banks. Sarah got together with some friends and organized a food drive at her school. Just 1 week ago, they collected so many food for a local food bank. It's stories like these that reminds me of the incredible impact we can have when we all come together as a community. Tonight's show is really special because we are going to be focusing on a theme that's really close to my heart, giving back during the holiday season. As we enter November, as well as we approach Thanksgiving, it's a perfect time to reflect on our blessings as we think about how we can extend a helping hand to those in need. We'll be exploring various ways to get involved this Thanksgiving, as well as discover year-round volunteer opportunities that can make a lasting impression on our community. We got a packed show for you tonight, and we'll be diving into specific Thanksgiving volunteer opportunities, sharing some tips on how to make the most out of your volunteer experience, and answering some questions about getting involved. Plus, we'll have our community events calendar to keep you open and up to date on all the upcoming volunteer opportunities in our area. Before we jump in, I want to remind everyone that the spirit of Heartfelt Connections isn't just what's about happening during the show, it's about taking the impression and information that we share here and tuning it into action in our community. So as you listen tonight, I encourage you to think about how you can apply what you learned here and make a difference in someone else's life. And remember, no act of kindness is too small, whether you have an hour to spare or the whole day. Whether you can donate all of your time or your resources, every contribute matters. Together, we can create a ripple effect of positivity that spreads throughout our community and beyond. Who knows? Your small act of volunteering might just inspire someone else to do the same, creating a beautiful chain of reaction of compassion and service.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Call me live in the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A, or check us out online at heartfeltconnectionsclub.com. All right, everyone, buckle up because I have an amazing story to share. I recently found out about this incredible team named Daniel Barbera. And trust me, you're going to want to hear about what he is doing. Daniel is 17, and he's absolutely crushing it with this project called Melody in the Community here in Florida. So let me break it down for you. Back in January, Daniel and some friends from SAS Wolfson High School started volunteering at this place called Lotus House. It is a shelter for homeless women and kids who are doing some really important work in their community. Now, Daniel's always been super into music, and he's got this brilliant idea to start teaching music to some kids at the shelter. How cool is that? Daniel says that he got inspired by this music program he was a part of when he lived in Venezuela. It's called El Sumatra. And it's all about using music to create positive social change. Pretty deep, right? Well, Daniel thought, why can't we do something like that here? And boom, Melody in the Community was born. At first, it was just Daniel and a couple of his buddies teaching a few kids. But guys, you won't believe how much it's grown. Now there are around 10 teachers, all volunteers by the way, and get this, they're teaching music to about 50 kids. That's like 2 whole classrooms full of future musicians. What I love about Daniel's project is that he's not only just teaching kids how to play instruments or read music, he's showing them that music is for everybody. no matter how much money you have or where you come from. He is giving these kids a chance to discover talents that they might not have known they had. Who knows? Maybe one of those kids will end up being the next big music star, all because Daniel gave them a chance to learn. But the one thing that really blew me away, Daniel said, even though I'm only a high school student, we're still able to create a great change in our local community. And I want people to feel empowered by that. I mean, how inspiring is that? It really makes you think, doesn't it? If Daniel can do something this awesome, why can't we do it in our own community? Now, I know some of you might be thinking, that's great and all, but I'm not a music genius like Daniel. Well, guess what? You don't have to be. The whole point of Daniel's story is that we all have something to offer. Maybe you're great at art or sports, coding, or maybe even baking. Whatever it is, there's probably a way that you can use that skill to help others. So, if you're feeling inspired by that, which I all hope you are, here are some ideas about how you can start your own project. Number 1, take a good look around your neighborhood. What do people need help with? Is there a problem that you think you can solve? Number 2, think about what you're really good at. What's your superpower? That's probably a great place to start. Number 3 is get your friends involved. It's so much more fun when you're with a group of your buddies. Plus, you can all bring different and fun skills to the table. Number 4, reach out to a place that you may want to help, like maybe a shelter, a community center, or even your own school. Number 5, don't get discouraged. If things don't work out perfectly at first, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Ask your teachers, parents, or any other advice that you think you would need from any other adult. Remember, you don't have to change the whole world overnight. Even small acts of kindness can make a huge difference in somebody's life. Maybe you start by teaching one kid how to play the guitar, or helping an elderly neighbor with their groceries. It all adds up. Daniel's story just goes to show how us teenagers have the power to make real and positive change in our communities. We're not just the leaders of tomorrow, we can be the leaders of today too. So, what do you say? Are you ready to get out there and make some waves? Let's do this.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Call me live in the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A, or check us out online at heartfeltconnectionsclub.com. Okay guys, we're back, and it's time for our volunteer tip of the week. So grab your phones and get ready to take some notes, because This stuff is absolutely gold. All right, so you decide to volunteer? Awesome. But how do you make sure that you're not just showing up, but you're actually crushing it? Here are some tips on how you can be the volunteer that everybody wants on their team. Number 1, be reliable. I know. This sounds boring, but trust me with this one. If you say you're going to be somewhere at 9 a.m., why not get there at 8:55? Organizations really depend on volunteers that show up when they say they will. Plus, if you're reliable, then they might give you a cooler task next time. Number 2, be flexible. Here's the thing, sometimes volunteering isn't exactly what you expected. Maybe you signed up to play with puppies at the animal shelter, but you end up having to clean the cages instead. Don't freak out. Being flexible shows that you are there to help, no matter what. And who knows, you might end up loving something you never thought you'd enjoy. Number 3, ask questions. Seriously, don't be shy. If you're not sure about something, just ask. It's way better to ask a dumb question than to mess up something because you were way too embarrassed to speak up. Plus, asking questions shows that you're interested and that you really want to learn. Number 4, respect boundaries. This one is super important, especially if you're working with sensitive populations. Always follow the organization's rules, even if they seem super strict. And remember, people's privacy is a big deal. Just because someone's receiving help doesn't mean they want their whole life story up for grabs. You know what I mean? Number 5, reflect and share. After you're done volunteering, take a moment to think about what you did and how it made you feel. Did you learn something new? Did you meet someone cool? Then share your experience. Post about it on social media. Only if the organization allows it. But you can tell your friends or even write about it for your school newspaper. You never know. You might inspire someone to want to volunteer too. Number 6, be a friend. Volunteering is awesome, but it's even better when you volunteer with one of your buddies. See, if you can bring one friend along next time, you will have so much more fun. You will be doubling the help that you're giving. Honestly, I think it's a win-win. Number 7, be open-minded. You might have some ideas about volunteering or what volunteering should look like. But be ready that those ideas challenged. Maybe you'll meet someone from totally different backgrounds or learn about issues that you never knew existed. Embrace it. That's part of what makes volunteering so cool. Number 8, take care of yourself. Look, volunteering is amazing, but don't burn yourself out. It's okay to say no sometimes. If you swapped with school or other commitments, remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Number 9, have fun. Last but definitely not least, remember to enjoy yourself. Volunteering should not feel like a chore. If you're having fun, then you know that it's a good organization for you. But if you're not having fun, then maybe you should try a different organization or a different type of way of volunteering. There are so many ways to help out. You're bound to find something that you love. So, there you have it, folks. Follow these tips and you will be a volunteering superstar in no time. And hey, if you have any awesome volunteering tips of your own, hit us up on social media or call me next time. We love to hear from you. Remember, every time you volunteer, you're making the world a little bit better. How cool is that? Now go out and show them that you got it.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Call me live in the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A, or check us out online at heartfeltconnectionsclub.com. Alright guys, it's time for my favorite part of the show, listener Q&A. We've gotten tons of awesome answers for all of you tonight, and I am so excited to go and dive in. First up, we got Dana from Coral Springs. She asked, I'm really busy with school and sports. How can I volunteer with limited time? Well, Dana, that is a great question, and I totally get it. Between homework, practice, and trying to have a social life, finding volunteer time can almost feel impossible. But don't worry, I have some great ideas for you. Number 1, look for virtual volunteer opportunities. You can do this from home whenever you have a spare moment. Number 2, try one-time events instead of going to ongoing commitments. Like maybe you can't volunteer every week, but you can help out a weekend at a beach cleanup. See if your school offers surface learning projects. This way you can volunteer and maybe even get credit for it. Remember, even small acts of community service count. So if you can manage at least 30 minutes a week, that is still awesome. Next up, we got Aaron from Boca. He writes, I have some professional skills I like to use. How can I find opportunities that can match my expertise? Well, Aaron, you're speaking my language. It's so cool that you want to use your skills to help give back. I have some ideas for you. Number 1, reach out to nonprofits in your field. If you're a tech whiz, maybe a local charity needs help with their website. Number 2, with local volunteer opportunities, they often have listings for skilled volunteers. Number 3, look into pro-bound consulting for nonprofits. This is like next level volunteering. Number 4, don't worry about mentoring. Your skills could be super valuable to students or young professionals. And hey, even if you can't find a perfect match, don't be afraid to suggest your own project. Nonprofits are often open to new ideas. Okay, so our next question is from Haley in Parkland. I want to volunteer, but I'm kind of shy. Do you have any advice? Haley, I feel you. Putting yourself out there can be really scary. But here's the thing. Volunteering can be a great way to build confidence and meet new people. Here are some great tips that can help you, Haley. Number 1, start small. Maybe volunteering with a friend or a family member would be great first. Number 2, look for behind-the-scenes roles. like sorting donations or data entry. Number 3, try online volunteering. This can be less intimidating than in-person kind of stuff. Number 4, remember everyone is there to help. Volunteers are always super duper friendly. Last but not least, we got a question from Jamie in West Palm Beach. How can I start to volunteer at my school? Jamie, that's an awesome idea. Start a club. That is a great way to get more people involved. Here's how you can do it. Number 1, find a teacher to be your club advisor. They can help you navigate the school rules that are at your selected school. Number 2, draft a mission statement. What's your club all about? Number 3, you should recruit some of your friends to help you get started. Number 4, plan your first meeting and activity. Maybe start with something small, like making cards for a nursing home. Number 5, advertise. Put posters, use social media, make announcements. Number 6, be persistent. It takes time to get people interested, but don't ever give up. And don't forget to check in with your school administration about specific requirements for starting a club. Wow, we have covered so much ground here. Thanks to everyone who sent in these questions. If we didn't get yours this time, don't worry. Just keep them coming and then we can do them on the next episode. Remember, no size fits all approach to volunteering. It's all about finding what works for you and making a difference in your own way. So whether you're shy or super outgoing, super busy, or have tons of free time, there's a volunteer opportunity out there with your name on it. Now, go get out there and make some magic. That's all we have for today's week. Keep those hearts connected and those helping hands ready. This is Brielle reminding you that gratitude is an action word. Let's go get out there and show our community some love. Keep making heartfelt connections and making a difference. I can't wait to connect with all of you again. November 21st, same station, same time. Bye, guys. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Heartfelt Connections Club with me, Brielle. Remember, even the smallest act of service can make a big impact, and it all starts with you. Whether you want to volunteer, support a nonprofit, or just share your story, we're here to help amplify your voice. Don't forget to tune in next time. Until then, keep on spreading good vibes and making a difference. One heartfelt connection at a time.